Om Namah Shivaya. Welcome in the day 3 of Teen for Art, focusing on drawing to express ourselves. So as usually, we start to by just checking if we have everything for today. So today we still need our lotus, our flower, our little picture of Amma, or whatever makes you feel at home inside you, I mean. Your brushes, because today we go for colors, your black pen in case of need, colors itself, so I took some watercolor and also some acrylic color. So let's see what we will use. Maybe we will use both. And something in case of there is too much water, this is to create the color, and these two glasses of water, I will explain you why two later on. When you have this, then you can just light the incense. Let's go for that. So remember, you don't have to light an incense. It's just like, this is my way to feel comfortable. I really like the smell, and it's create a bubble around me. So that's why I'm doing this. But maybe for you, it's to choose what music you want today, or many things. For you, maybe it's lighting a lamp like this. You can also do several things. Just make you comfortable and dive into yourself. Then the place is set up, the environment is set up, the chair is here, and now you have to set up yourself. So we start with a Jayamo like usually, but again, if you don't feel comfortable with that, you just go inside yourself with a prayer about being inspired by, and then you choose by who, by what. That's the point. And again, like usually, we will go into our drawing of yesterday and contemplate. If you remember, I told you yesterday to erase the pencil line. So basically now we have only the black lines. But this will be after the Dhyayam. Okay. Center yourself. Just deep breathe in and breathe out. And Triyom. Dhyayamudavaravaguntanavatim Tejomayim naishtikim Snigdhapangavilokinim Bhagavatim Mandasmrita Shrimukim Vatsaryamritavashinim Sumaduram Sankirtanalapinim Shyamangim Marusikta Suktim Amritanandatmikam Ishvare. Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. Open your eyes. Come to your drawing and just observe it as if you were someone else. Like you're just discovering it for the first time. And no judgment. I mean, no label. Don't even think that's good, that's bad. Just look at it as it is. Just go with the line and the texture as we did when we were on the flower itself. Actually, you can even take back your flower and just make not a comparison, but really a resonance in between them. I let you do this for almost 5 to 10 minutes in silence, and then we will go to the color. But that moment of contemplation is also about let come the image that come into you, because these images are full of colors, and then start to try to be the witness of your own thought, that you will see which color should appear here. It's not coming from here, no from here. It's coming from your heart. So let's just explore and move around with all of that. And it will express like a fountain by itself. Because it's white here, probably not be white here. Okay? So just contemplate. You can even stand and look at it from a little bit far away. Just go like this. Because also to create some distance, you will see what is appearing from outside. Sometimes when we see things from far, it's become clearer. So it's also about to step back from your all judgment, self-judgment, and this habit we have to categorize things into that's good, that's bad. Just look at it from close, from far. Okay, so here we are back from this moment of introspection about the colors. And before we go further, you take the paper on which you are drawing and you put something on your table, or you just turn this to the back. I do this because here I have some thick craft. Why? Because of the water again. Like, you know, now you can even have some fabric on you, or we don't know what will happen. So, especially in big size paper, you can really have some color on you. Now it's a very small one, so it should be okay. Then we put our flower on the side, and let's go for the technical point of today. So, basically, it goes like this. You can find this in every you remember, it's that paper notebook. So in the end, here at the ashram, at least, we have this color wheel, which is very efficient and can be very useful for you. So on that color wheel, what we can find is the 3 primary colors. Basically, you have the blue, you have the yellow, and you will have the red. So these are the 3 colors from where you can do everything. Each and any color on that word is done with this. And then you have obviously black and white. Because actually we come to colors now, but you can also stay with black and white drawing and even black and white painting. And you will have the black, the white, and the range of all the gray. That's also possible. You can also create some sepia, means the brownish colors. For example, I was using a lot my tea, just like coloring my drawing with my tea. Yeah, black tea. Really. It's not a joke, and you can try it. It's very interesting. So this is a possibility. The thing is, the blue, yellow, and red, they are color. The black and white, it's not color, it's qualities. So basically, with the black and white, you stay in the light, and with the color, you go into the rainbow, basically. So it's up to you. For example, if you stay in black and white, the people who watch your drawings and painting, they will create their own color from the stories they create from what they are seeing and watching. But if you create the color, then you guide them into your own story and you let them less space to create their own. But it can be nice also because you guide them into your imagination. So both is very interesting. Okay, let's stay with our color. You have warm and cold colors from that. Like basically, if you put some blue and some white together, what will happen if you mix them? You will arrive to green. Depending if you put more blue or more white, you have several different green. And then if you want to have a lighter green, you add some white. And if you want to have a darker mood, you add some black. So see, it's like in life, basically. Then, if you mix the red and the yellow, what's happened? You goes for orange color. And again, you can have all the different range of oranges, and you can have the light, and you can have the dark. And then, if you go with the red and the blue, you arrive to all the color which are around purple. So this will be kind of dark color, but you can light them again with the white. And then you can mix with also mixed color, means you can put more yellow into the purple or more yellow into the green. Or again, you can add a little bit of pink into the green that you create. It's illimited. And I advise you to start with maybe a white paper and just play with the color to see what is happening and create your own color. Because basically, everywhere you will find this kind of box with the 3 primary, the black and white, and see, for example, this Faber-Castell, they add the green, one type of green. It's not representing all green. Actually, they call it sub-green, the 1, 6, 7. Means they certainly have, see, they have numbers. And this one is yellow lemon. So it's not a primary yellow, for example. And more you have bigger boxes, more you have different color which are already created. You can use the created one, but I really advise you to create your own one. That's really much more interesting. Otherwise, you will be limited by what you buy. See, here there is interesting color that the brown, and there is several like 2 different blue, 2 different, even 2 different yellow, 2 different green, 1 orange and 1 more pink. And here is a very pink actually. It's interesting, but really I advise you to create your own color from that color. Me, I use this one, as you can see, the one I use the most, but still I continue to mix them. So even the purple, I mix it with something else. Also, one trick I tell you is to create some harmonious painting. You can use the color you already create to create the next color. Means it's like continuous thing, but you have to be sure you won't reuse the first one because you actually change it. I will show you how I'm doing it. Then what you need to know from this first mixing, you can do everything. So basically you can create all of that. And the truth is there is no, how to say, there is no range like this. Like you can still have some transition in here. And this is actually a very good exercise that you could do, is to start with your white. For example, they didn't put any white to start. It would not be a white. It would be a very, very slight yellow, actually. Because if you put the white, again, white and black are qualities. They are not colors. So we change the direction. I would say like, it's like you have all the color like this, and with the white and black, you are like this, with the white on the top and the black coming down. And then you have the orange. So what I wanted to say is you can create for yourself the complete wheel. Then you will understand, oh, how I'm gonna go to that. Because basically to go to this, what I'm doing here, I add some red and then I arrive to the orange, and more I put some red, more I arrive to full red. And how I goes to here, then I put a little bit of blue, it become purple, but at some point it's become more blue until the deepest blue you can have. And then you start to add some green, and then you arrive to some very, very, very green. All this part is very interesting. You will see it's very funny because it's transformed itself. And at some point, you have like a real break, because you cannot come back from a green or from a darker color to the yellow. It's impossible. So that's the untruth of that color wheel. But now you can understand. Also because you can go on that other way, means inside the yellow, you just add a little bit of blue, you will arrive to that green actually. And you can go that way, and you also create from here. But here you will see it's very difficult to come back to a pink because this deep blue is so dark. So that's another trick, is when you go on your drawing, start with, sorry, with light color, because from the light you can go to the dark, but it's very difficult to come back from the dark to the light. But you will experience it. So the first thing is decide if you want to continue with your dark pen or if you want to go to color. For me, as I told you yesterday, I stop now with the black pen. And maybe tomorrow when we go, or day after actually, it could be nice after the color. Oh, after the color, it's actually very good that you step back for at least 2 days, I would say, just to be able to come back and finalize. So this will be the next session. We will finalize and even add something and go to another dimension of our own drawing. So really, it's good to have at least minimum 2 days. It can be even 1 week, that really even forget your drawing and come back later. Another thing before we start the color is be sure you have somewhere that you can put your drawing, your painting to dry. Somewhere like nobody will touch and there is no something coming on it or whatever. Like it's really need to dry by itself. So don't put anything on it that it gets flat. If your paper gets wavy, you can put some books on it to get it flat again after. But at the moment you just finish the session of today, just let it dry. So if it cannot be on this table, just choose a space. Okay, so now this is to create our color. This is to avoid problem, let's say, or create problem, because you know from the accident the genius come. So this water and this water. Why two? Because one is just to clean and clear your brush, and the other one is because you can use the water itself instead of the white and the black, just to make the color slighter, more raffinate. You don't need to have plain color every time. And with this, you can create texture. So let's go for that. For example, I will decide that I want this lotus pink, not white, as it is normally. But I will keep the small seeds yellow. So what do you think? Shall I start with yellow or with pink? With yellow, yeah, of course. And I will take a very small brush because it's quite small part. I can use a bigger brush, see, for the biggest part. That's just logical. So I'm taking a bit of water and I will take watercolor and maybe later come with some acrylic to create some texture on it. But for the moment, let's try this. So I also want a white paper. Let me take this. Why I'm taking a white paper? Tell me. To be sure about the color I'm using. Because see, if I do it here, it's perfect. But because it's not white, I'm not sure what color it is. So it's good also to be sure that, see, for example, I take this pink. Can you see? Okay. So this pink, I put some of this pink here. So you see, I take the paint with up. Okay. And then, see, it's very dark pink. So I will do just few lines, for example. But then I will come with more water and I will take some white because I want this pink to be much more lighter. So see, this is a normal base. And see how my pink is becoming really much more light by adding the white. And then I just check, that's nice for the lotus. Then I just come on it. When you put the color, you don't really have to color the whole part. See, for example, I can leave it just For the moment I did a plain one, but I could do just this and leave it like this. That's not what I want to do right now, but you can do it. You don't have to fulfill completely the shape. Oh, see, one bubble. So this can create some problems. So I will just slightly come on it, absorb it, and come back. Okay. See, I told you it's good to start with the yellow, and finally I get with the pink. It's interesting because I really don't know why actually I did that. But now I can understand it because I'm not so sure I want to put the yellow with that pink. And for me, the more important part of that lotus was that pink part. So finally, I will change what I told you, is still you have to go with the lighter color first, but go with the more important place of your drawing. What I mean is, because it's have to create joy in you and you go from your feelings, so better to go first where your emotion is taken. And then if it's make some accident again, it's really interesting to see, oh, just let's go with it, let's continue with it. See, for example, I'm not very happy with this pink right now, the first pink. It came, I don't like it. So I will come back on it, take back this pink and put it on the light one, that I won't have the darkest pink than before, but something in between the light one I create and what is there. And let me see. See, it's a color in between. I can even put a little bit more. Yep. And then I come back on that. And here I'm not doing the plain at all. I just give some texture. And now it's looked much better for me. Then I want to do the color in the middle, and I want to try what it will look like with the yellow. So let's try. But for that, because we come back to a lighter color, we really have to clean the pencil, the brush, sorry. So we really clean it, and that's why we have let's say this one will be dirty and this one have to stay pure water. So first you clean in this one, and then you double check with that one. And you can even go on your tissue to be sure there is no color on it. Okay, perfect. So I keep my pink. Let's see what will happen to that. I take a little bit of water and I go for, let's say, that interesting yellow, which is already created. And I want to check how it looks like. See, I already see that I don't want that. So I clean again, because it's the darkest yellow of the color I have. Double clean, check, take water, and go with this other yellow we have here. How it looks like. I don't like it either. So that's the moment you have to create your own color. When no color is enough good, you come and you create your own. So what I will do, I will take both of them. And I think I will get it with some white. So be careful of the white on your color set, because it gets polluted by the colors. So sometimes you will need to wash your white. Means really put some water on it and wash it until it's become back to the real white. Otherwise, see, you have some color on it, which can be interesting. I mean, that's why I'm not washing it now, because now I'm with this. See, this created yellow. That one I like it, and why I like it, because it's a complementary color. Not complementary, actually. It's the same. It's also a warm color. The same warmth, the same rasa, basically. So I go for that one, with that one. And I come here. So see, finally, this yellow could not really born before we had the pink. So now you understand why it happened like this. But sometimes we don't know. Also, what I can feel right now is my sun, which is here. I would like to have this yellow in it. So I'm gonna go here in this petal, which are already the in-between petal and ray of the sun. So I will put some of this yellow here. Because it also goes with this different law of harmony we were talking about the other day. The harmony and the melody, which is very important. And right now, what I'm creating is the circulation of the eyes. Because if you have this yellow here and this yellow here, obviously the eyes of the watcher will go from this point to this other point. They cannot avoid it. It's just our gaze is going like this. See, at the beginning I just did like just brushes, and now I make it plain, because I think something else will happen on that sun. So finally I'm using that plain one. Okay, so what next? I want to continue that sun, and I want to do it with another type of yellow. So I come back to where I was, and I will add some of this. I will also change brush, because this brush to make this big part is too small. So I clean and I put there, and I will take that one. I would like this yellow to be a little bit pink, but also a little bit orange. How to do that? Let's try to see what this color creates. See, I just added a little bit of that strange red, and it's already creating something very much orange. And it's nice, but I would like to add some white. The white is really adding sweetness in color, in my point of view. That's why I like to use it a lot. This is interesting. Let's go for it. And actually, I'm happy to create some texture, so I will just put this like this. And when it will dry, it will create some difference inside the color that I feel interesting to add. Let's just wait a few minutes, you will see how it goes. And also what I would like is to create some gray here. And I would like to have a little, very slight, more orange just on the corner to create like a shadow. Or maybe a little bit of pink that the lotus is connected with the sun. Oh, that's a good idea. See, you're not thinking about it, it's just coming into you. Like an introspection, you never know what is in the corner. A new idea pop up just by itself. So how I create that pink, I don't go to that one. I go to the one I already create. And I took just a little bit in this yellow. And see, I create an in-between color just by mixing. That's the easiest way to have harmonious color. Ah, that's a funny one. It's very slight change, but it creates something. Yes. Okay. Then I would like to continue the petal here, but I'm not sure how it will go with this leaf. So I want to change completely. So basically, I will go to clean this to be able to go in another thing. Okay, so I cleaned my little plates. I took some clean water, and now we go to the cold color, because you understand that this is all warm colors. So now we go to the cold color. Why we call it cold color and warm color is all what is in the yellow, pink, orange, red is lighting the fire, is lighting the pitta. We can even create this kind of connection. So this will be a different feeling than when we are in the blue and the green and the purple one, which are cold, and we create more like a subtle thing, more like water. I would say more vata, way. And even when we could speak about kapha color also, if we goes until this brownish and also actually everything like dark purple or dark blue will be also this really, really grounding color. So kapha can be considered as a connection. Okay, so I will go with the green because I want to do that leaf and see what happens next. So I take the light green. Remember, we go with the light color first. Sometimes you really just need to have more of the color in your plate to be able even to start. If you don't want to use the color which is already creating by the factory. Oh, I will have to wash this later. But no problem, for the moment, just let it be a mess. We don't really mind. What we mind is to not put paint everywhere on the table. So let it be like this. Okay, so what about that green? Oof, it's a little bit too flashy for me, huh? Can be interesting, but right now, I'm not sure. Actually, we can try, see? Just to create some light color around the path. That can be funny. Be careful if you put your hand on the paper. So here I decided to be bigger than the line itself to create the same kind of thing we had here. You remember, or you can see actually, that the lines are lighter than the leaf itself. So then it creates this kind of thing. But then now we have to do the background. So I take again some water and I will add this other green, which is like darker green, to see what's happening if I do that. That's a nice green coming in. But it's too high. How to say? It's not too high. It's too flashy. Too much. See, I want it darker, but also smoother. So darker. How I can do that? I can add some black, a little bit. And smoother, I can add a little bit of white. See how it's just magic? And it's not enough light, so I go... Yeah. So now I use that. And I want them to meet and merge into each other, these colors. So I go a little bit on the top of it. Also, I don't want to make it too much artificial, so I even go a little bit above the line that I draw, because we know we can even come back later on that line. So again, that's a way to do, but it's not everyone doing like this. I'm just sharing with you my own technique. But you will find your own. And again, explore it. Try many things. More you try, more you will find your own way. And this is what we need in life. To find our own way, something which resonates with our values and qualities and with our inner rasa, inner vision. So see, now I have a problem that I don't have enough of that color and I don't know exactly how I did it. So how to do? Let's try. We know there was a little bit of that green, a little bit of that green. And that's why it's good to have this, that you can match and see, oh, it's not exactly the good one, but it's okay, or it's not the good one and it's not okay. So I continue to search my previous color. And that is good, actually. See, it's not exactly the same, but it's still in the same range. So it will be interesting. Also, with your brushes, you will create some dynamic in the drawing. So be very conscious of that, how you put the color. Because when it's dry, see what we did with the orange, create some movement. So, and especially with watercolor, this is very interesting to play with. So create some movement. For that, you can also come back about the movement, come back to the first, to the real flower, because the real flower will give you the guidance about what is the good direction. Always respect the nature. The nature knows it. When we don't know just what the nature, she knows it. She will tell you. And now there is something I want to do is I'm taking a big brush. I will put a lot of water on that and I will just play with that. Because I want the abstraction to exist at some point. So I'm just going a little bit out of the shape. Sorry, it's difficult, to speak during the process of creation. But yeah, as you can see, here I was really into the leaf itself and suddenly I open the possibilities. And here there is a problem that my green is jumping on my pink, so I absorb it. Pook, pook, pook. And yeah, why I'm doing this is because gently I want to come to this abstraction and this cloud. And because of this balancing, I did it a little bit here and here. Mostly here because the cloud is here, but a little bit here because the eyes can flow into the drawing, into the painting. So now we go for the blue. Here we are. And we don't need to change the water because from the green to the blue, remember, that's the same wheel. And we go like this. And I will take the lighter blue. Not so light, huh, that blue, actually. Let's see what will happen with that. See, that's why it's really much better to work in a plate than this kind of thing, because it's really messy. But we will make it. A little bit of green. So I mix the green and the blue. And it's too much green. So more blue. And also more white. Yeah, that's a nice in-between. So I come back with my big brush and I continue to have this. Now I want more blue again to really come up into a cloud. So see, I keep this green. So see, I keep this. See, I create the blue, but I keep the green here, because at some point they have to meet, and see, they will meet by themselves, still in the plate. Then the color which has to happen will just happen by itself, while I'm doing the last color I want to have, which is that blue. Remember, when you don't know your nature, live it. And here, that color that I don't know at all how it's done, like how much amount of blue or green or what, but it's perfectly, see, in between, will come into. And you don't have to fulfill all the parts, and you can let the mixing happen. Don't try to control, you cannot. just accept what is there and actually welcome it and go with it. Oh, that's something I like to do. It's playing with the density of the colors. As you can see, I'm only now playing with this melody of the drawing itself. So the drawing itself tell you like, oh, here there is too much, here there is less, but what I want, do I want to keep it like this? So now I'm making a very lighter thing on the right and more density on the left, as you can see. And you can even play, I like to play with dots, so I'm basically just making some little dot. Careful to your clothes. My saree are never white for long. See? So, in case you want to do this kind of technique, maybe you ask your mom or you go in your cupboard and you find something, some tissue to put on you. Otherwise, you have to change clothes after. Okay, so now we have the warm color, the cold color, and for today, I will stop with this because I need it to dry, because now I put some drop and I want the drop just be imbibed by the paper. And when it will be very dry, then I can come back. Something that you can see is I didn't put color everywhere. I left also some white coming. So again, for this, if you don't remember, come back to the listen, day 2. Otherwise, we just leave it like this for today. Yeah, I think it's good that we leave it like this for today. And you will see that with the drying process, it's also changed things. So it's good that when you use a lot of watercolors, you really let it settle down. And we come back in a few days. So to resume, today we saw the warm color, the cold color, the primary color, and the complementary color. Like, if you remember the wheel, now I can show you. See, what we call the complementary color is when you go across the wheel. Like a perfect complementary is the yellow with the purple, the orange with the blue, that green with this pink, that complementary opposite color. Like today, I use it a lot, like the pink and that blue and the orange and that green. They are perfect complementary colors. So that means you create harmony on your drawing and your painting very easily, that it flows, it's in correspondence. You can try to match colors which are not complementary. It also creates something which is very different as an emotion. So yeah, using different style of complementary color, you will get very different emotion. So this I will let you explore by yourself. For today, we finish with 3 Om Loka Samasta to really share this joy that we get from this exploration together. Okay. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Don't forget to put your drawing to dry with nothing on it, and see you soon for the next step. Namah Shivaya.